I do mostly installation work. I started out as a photographer, doing photography, and I kind of transitioned that into kind of digital installations with photography. Well, most of my art centers around interactivity or kind of digital kind of technology. Although I don't exactly see it as technology art, some people might see it that way, being that almost all of it uses technology directly, either electronics or microcontrollers or robotics. But most of it is really about the interactivity between the viewer and the art. And the electronics is there to perceive some sort of interaction or reaction from the art. And most all of it's made so that it's all made to be seen kind of in a gallery environment. Like if you look at my art on a website in a photograph, it doesn't mean much to most people. Videos is the only way I can really show my art to anyone because it's always doing something and changing based on who's looking at it or what they're doing. So it's kind of like the art is, I make it specifically to interact with in person. My project for Momentum Spotlight is called Heartbeat, and it's a kind of hanging sculptural installation. It's behind me of 151 light bulbs that are hanging individually. And what they do is actually they react to the heart rate of a person. Either when one of the viewers in the show walks up to it, actually has a finger clip that they put on, like a hospital would use, and they put that on and it actually reacts to their heartbeat and it pulses outward, and it pulses bigger as their heart rate goes up and gets brighter and also pulses faster. And then the second part of this of my installation is actually dance performances by dancers who are going to perform individually underneath the hanging sculpture, and they wear a wireless setup underneath their dance outfit that actually wirelessly transmits their heart rate back to the sculpture, and in turn their heart rate controls the sculpture. So what it should be like is the dance performances should start out slow moving, and the sculpture moves kind of slow and pulses slowly, and as the dancer gets more energetic, the sculpture should get larger and pulse faster as they go. Well, the process for most of my art is real integral. I usually take some technology, I work with it for a while before I decide what I want to do. With this project, I actually had the heartbeat technology I was working with for a while, more than a year, where I was trying to determine what I was going to do with it, if it was going to involve performance, or if it was going to have some sort of video installation. And so then I kind of came around to I was originally actually going to have it use LED lights that color changed, and it was going to be kind of much smaller. And then when I kind of went back to my art school thinking of using practical lights like light bulbs, it kind of clicked, and so I realized I could use regular light bulbs that are hanging. And so then I transitioned to that, and I kind of use a lot of off-the-shelf parts a lot of times. I mean, these light bulbs came from a hardware store. The wire could have come from a hardware store, except for the fact that I had to buy 3,000 feet of it, so I had to order it to get it cheaper. It's a lot of tedious work too, putting it in. There's 3,000 feet of wire in 151 segments, and like 45 plug connectors that they're wired into some packs, and all the holes that had to be drilled in the ceiling. It's kind of, I kind of have a process to it, and I design all my art so that I can install it myself. So I kind of had a game plan with a blueprint of how it was going to go in, and figured out how many days it was going to take me to install it. And then the other thing is my process is that all my art is made solely by me. All the technology in it, I write the software, I solder the circuits, I build everything. So I kind of work within those parameters of what I can do myself and teach myself how to do. Without the Momentum Spotlight grant they give you, this project wouldn't be possible. I used more actually money than OVAC gave me. And so I mean it's fundamental, especially being that the art I make, installation art, is not really sellable art. It's not like I can hope to invest X amount of money in the art and hope to get a return on that investment by selling it. It's essentially, you know, it's like putting on a performance or whatnot, but I don't get any money from the tickets here. So without the grant, I mean, it wouldn't be possible to make anything like this. Most valuable about being a spotlight artist is the curators get to meet you ahead of time, and you get to discuss the ideas with them, and they can give you direction and tell you, you know, what they think about ideas. And it's always good just to bounce ideas off people, even if they're not telling you, you know, specifically go with A or B. You know, they can give you reasons why A is good, why B is good, you know, and then you can make up your own mind. It's always good to have professionals to talk to and give you more direction.